Good evening, Arcana watchers. Today, we're going to tackle one of the big questions you all have been asking, which is, why the f*** did episode 4 take so long? And to answer that question, we're going to need some aesthetically pleasing infographics to help us out. Now sit your curious butt down and let's get into it. Once I read a book called The Behavior Gap by Carl Richards. So in the book, Richards explains that there is a lifelong debate within each of us that he calls the debate between what is urgent and what is important. Urgent is defined as our immediate wants, needs, and urges. What we have to do to get to tomorrow. Important is defined as big picture ideals, the overall gauge of responsibility that our whole lives take in the long term. We often fail to do things that satisfy both. We work at terrible jobs that we hate because our main concern is getting to next week. And we don't put in any work to get ourselves a better job next year to make our lives happier in the long term because for so many weeks we have been worried about next week. The main theory is that willpower is limited. It's not like this infinite chasm of things that you can just well out whenever it is you have to do something. Willpower is more like a muscle. It's something that can get tired, it can get fatigued, it can get worn out if it's used too much. So oftentimes we use so much of our willpower to take care of ourselves in the immediate moment that we don't carry over any willpower to start taking care of ourselves later down the road. Episode 4 became tangled up in the debate between what was urgent and what was important in my life. Now, episode 4, we're going to go ahead and categorize that over in the important category, and a host of other things are going to get categorized over in the urgent category. Number one thing that was urgent, finishing school. You see that? You see this? Huh? You know what this means? It means I owe a shit ton of money to the government now. Truth is, I hate school. I have a fiery passion inside of me that hates school. I love learning. I hate school. And I don't want to deal with school any more than I have to. One, because I just plain out hate it, and two, because I don't want to owe any more money than I have to. So a lot of time and energy went into every single subject in school just because I was so desperate to hurry up and get out. Number 2, finding a goddamn job. Because I'm a grown-ass man, that's why. I can announce that I have managed to accomplish all of these things right here. I finished school, you saw my degree, and then I found a really kick-ass job with a company called Patient Conversation Media. I edit their daily RX minutes. Annotation right there, you can go check them out. It is a great company to work for. There are little puppies that run around the office, and I'm not joking when I say that. It's a great place to work. And so I managed to do all these things, and I felt really good about myself. So episode 4 was being put off because I was taking care of all this business, and it is genuinely important, actually, when you think about it, while also being urgent. But the truth is, I did start to get lazy. See, because I'm familiar with this kind of knowledge. I'm familiar with what this guy's theory is trying to explain. So I was conveniently using that knowledge to put off work that I could have been doing for the web series until later. I was saying, hey, you know what? I'm taking a breather right now. My willpower was just used for all this stuff, when really, it wasn't. And it really wasn't until 2 things happened that I finally got the fire back under my ass. Number 1 was my trip to VidCon, where I just met up with everybody who I'm a big fan of, and holy crap, do those people work their asses off 24/7. And number 2, I started looking at the details that were over in the important category. Number 1, people. My actors and my crew. I had a group of people, of very, very talented people who could have been getting paid gigs anywhere else around town, but they chose to work for free with me for over a year because they honestly liked me, they liked the idea, they believed in this web series, and I owe it to them to give them a completed product. And in all honesty, you know what they say about there not being enough nice people in the world? Yeah, it's kind of true. See, because the truth is that I don't want to edit videos for the rest of my life. I want to go off and I want to write and I want to make better content and better stories and I want to entertain people and I want to make meaningful stuff. And I was overlooking some of those things that really make me happy so that I could just focus on keeping myself supported right now. It is a crazy world that we try to navigate making stuff for film or TV or YouTube. And the only question that really comes up that matters is, what have you done? More than likely shortly followed up by, well, can I see it? And it was finally at that point that I gave myself my own kick in the ass and I got work done and here we are. So hopefully that is a good enough explanation for you, and I hope that by doing this, this has kind of given you some insight into some kind of knowledge you can apply towards your creative work in the future. I'd like to thank everybody involved, all the cast and the crew members, my family and friends who helped me get through this. If you haven't seen any of our web series episodes, annotations everywhere, you can go watch them right now. And I'll leave you guys with a question. What important things have you traded in to take care of things that were urgent? Leave a comment down below. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and hopefully this web series can continue somewhere along the way. I certainly have some ideas, and everybody else wants to come back on board. Until then, thanks for all the support, and eat your cookies.